Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 12, entitled Vritrasura's Glorious Death. Verse number 19. Indra Uvacha Aho Danava Siddhosi Yasyate Matiridrishi Bhaktaha Sarvatmanatmanam Suradam Jagadishwaram. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Indra said, O great demon, I see by your discrimination and endurance in devotional service, despite your dangerous position, that you are a perfect devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Super Soul, and friend of everyone. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, verse 22, Yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tataha yasmin sito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. Established in Krishna consciousness, one never departs from the truth, and upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of the greatest difficulty. An unalloyed devotee is never disturbed by any kind of trying circumstance. Indra was surprised to see that Vritrasura, undisturbed, was fixed in devotional service to the Lord. For such a mentality is impossible for a demon. However, by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, anyone can become an exalted devotee. Striyo Vaisyas Tata Shudras Tepi Yanti Param Gatim. An unalloyed devotee is sure to return home, back to Godhead. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. A few months back, there was a tweet by the President of the United States, Donald Trump. He tweeted that he was exploring ways by which it may be possible for him to contest once again for being the President of the United States. As per law in the United States, a person can be a president only for 2 terms. And this is Donald Trump's 2nd term. So he set all the tongues wagging by claiming that there is a possibility that he may again run for a 3rd term. He is not satisfied with being president only 2 times. He wants to be a president a 3rd time also. So you see, in this material world, power, once you get power, nobody wants to give it up. Prabhupada gave the example of prime ministers in India who are lying on their deathbed, who are lying in a coma, but they couldn't give up their position as prime minister. So this is a phenomenon we can see in this world. Once a person gets into a position of power, he will not want to give it up. By chance, if he loses that power, then he will be like a madman. Again, somehow or the other, he wants to get back into power. So that's the nature of the material world. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 5th canto, there is an example given of Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj was the eldest of the 100 sons of Rishabhadeva. Rishabhadeva was an incarnation of Krishna. So this Rishabhadeva had 100 sons headed by Bharat Maharaj. Out of these 100 sons of Rishabhadeva, 9 sons became great self-realized souls. They became the Nava Yogendras. Then another 81 sons became Brahmanas who were expert in the Smritis. They became expert in the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas. So 90 sons became Brahmanas. The rest, 10 sons, became Kshatriyas. They became kings, they became rulers. And the eldest of them was Bharat Maharaj. Rishabhadeva, when he was ruling the whole earth, he finally decided to take sannyas and he handed over the kingdom to Bharat Maharaj. At that time, he advised all his other sons that they should follow the instructions of Bharat Maharaj because he was the eldest son. And not only was he eldest son, he was also a great devotee. So all the brothers were very obedient to Bharat Maharaj. And this, not like the, Mughal rulers, where one brother is killing the other brother, imprisoning his own father to get into the throne and all that. So they were very obedient to Bharat Maharaj. And Bharat Maharaj, he also married, he had a queen, he had children, and he had rulership over the entire earth. And this Bharat Maharaj, it is said, he was so powerful that no other king would dare to stand up and oppose him. All the kings would automatically come and submit their taxes at the feet of Bharat Maharaj. Who will take enmity with Bharat Maharaj? Not possible. Better to go and pay our taxes and remain peaceful. So you see, so powerful. No opposition. No activists doing dharna and saying that you have to step down. Practically no opposition. And all the citizens loved Bharat Maharaj as their king. So Bharat Maharaj, you can imagine, he is a ruler. There is no opposition for him. Everybody, all his citizens love his ruling. There are no activists, there are no newspapers, media hounding him. And not only that, his queen, very loving towards him. And his children also very loving and obedient. And his brothers also very obedient to him. His ministers, his friends, relatives, everything very wonderfully, very nicely going on. So you can imagine, this is like heaven, Swarga. Who will not want such a kind of situation? Ruling over the entire world, everything is running very smoothly, everybody as it is at your beck and command, and there is no opposition. And Bharat Maharaj was at the peak of his youth. All his senses were in perfect working condition. He was fully, his whole body was full of vigor. So you can imagine, no diseases, nothing to hamper your life. So, if an ordinary mortal were in this kind of condition, what he will do? He will enjoy. What a life, right? He will be floating in ecstasy. And not only that, he will want to continue this life, continue this kind of rulership, this kind of loving citizens, relatives, wife, children, brothers. I mean, you will want this to go on forever. I mean, there is one president in the United States, there is so much opposition to him, and he wants to somehow come back to power for the third term. And here is Bharat Maharaj, no opposition. Nobody is saying that you have to, you will rule only for 5 years. After that, you have to step down. Nothing. As long as you want, you can rule. What more do you want? So, with this kind of opulence, what did Bharat Maharaj do? Shukadeva Goswami explains. Yo dustyajan darasutan suhrid rajyam hridis prishaha. So what did Bharat Maharaj not have? Yo dustyajan dara sutan. Dara, he had a beautiful young wife who was very loving towards him. Sutan, children who were very obedient to the father. And not only that, Suhrid Rajyam Hridis Prishaha. Suhrid, he had got all his citizens, his ministers, everybody were Suhrid, everybody were great well-wishers of his. Nobody was trying to overthrow him. Suhrid Rajyam, and such an opulent, vast, enormous kingdom. Hridis Prishaha, these kind of opulence are Hridis Prishaha, very close to the heart of anyone. Who would not want such a life? These are some things which are aspired for by every person. Even Indra aspires for such a life. And having got this at the peak of his youth, peak of his powers, what did Bharat Maharaj do? Jahau yuva eva malavad. Yuva eva. In his prime of his youth, Jahau, he gave up everything. How did he give up? With great agony, great pain, crying, what to do? I have to give all this up. No. Jahau yuva eva malavad. Just like a person will go to the toilet, he will evacuate and he will leave his stool and walk out. He will not be catching his head, oh my God, I have to leave behind my stool and go away, what to do, what a great misfortune. Nobody thinks. You want to get out of the toilet as quickly as possible. So like that, Bharat Maharaj gave up and walked out. Yo dustyajan, these things are extremely difficult for anybody to give up. In fact, even if you are 80 years old, you want to become another term president. You are lying in coma, you don't want to give up your prime ministership. That's the kind of attraction these things have. And here, Bharat Maharaj is leaving it like stool and he is walking away. Yo dustyajan darasutan suhridrajam hridis prishaha jahau yuvaiva malavad uttama shloka lalasaha. His heart was captivated by Uttama Shloka, by Krishna. He was after Krishna. He didn't want all this kingdom, wife, family, children, ministers. He didn't want any of these things. And after giving up all these things, what did he do? That is also described. Harau ratim bahannesha narendranam shikhamanihi. This Bharat Maharaj, who was he? Narendranam shikhamanihi. He was the crown jewel of all kings. Narendranam shikhamanihi. And harau ratim vahanneshaha. And carrying that attraction, that love for Krishna, what did he do? He took sannyas, he gave up all his kingdom, family, relatives, everything. And then what did he do? He went begging from door to door. And not only did he go begging from door to door, he went even to the enemies. He did not even consider, this is my enemy. When I was a king, he was my enemy. Why should I go to his place? I'll go to some other place. No, he did not bother. Even to his enemy's kingdom, he went begging. He did not bother. Swapakamapi vandate. Not only that, he would see even a Chandala, the lowest person in the society, he would offer his obeisance to him also. He did not think, I am Narendranam Shikhamani. I am the crown jewel of all kings. How can I bow down before him? No. He was so absorbed in Krishna, he did not make any distinction. This is my enemy, this is lower class, this is higher class, nothing. He went and begged anybody and everybody. Wherever he found an opportunity, he went and begged, and he was offering obeisances to everyone. So this feat of Bharat Maharaj is described by Shukadeva Goswami in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So Shukadeva Goswami, he, after describing the whole life and pastimes of Bharat Maharaj, he said, Arshabasyeha Rajarsher Manasapi Mahatmanaha. Arshaba means the son of Rishabha, which is Bharat Maharaj. Arshabasyeha Rajarsher, the son of Bharat Maharaj, the son of Rishabhadeva, who was Bharat Maharaj, he was a Raja Rishi. And not only was a Raja Rishi, Mahatmanaha, he was a great pure devotee, he was a Mahatma. So Arshabasyeha Rajarsher Manasapi Mahatmanaha Naivatmarhati Nripaha. No other king could even dream of imitating the path taken by Bharat Maharaj. Makshikeva Garutmataha. Even if any king thought, oh, Bharat Maharaj was also a king, let me also follow on his path. That would be like a housefly trying to imitate the flight trajectory of Garuda Deva. Makshikeva Garutmataha. So Garuda Deva, when he flies, where will he fly? He will fly up to the sun also, and he will go beyond also. He will go to Vaikuntha also. And if a fly tries to imitate and follow Garuda, oh, Garuda is also flapping his wings and flying. Let me also, I have also got wings. Let me also flap and follow him. Where will he go? Will he go to the sun? He will not go to the sun. You know, when one time I was speaking to one person who was from the real estate business. So I was talking to him and he was explaining how different flats at different levels, they have got different prices and all that. And he was saying, beyond the 7th floor, we have a PLC, prime rate or something they have. Some extra money you have to pay to get that. I said, why? So he said, beyond the 7th floor, you don't get mosquitoes. I said, why? Why you don't get mosquitoes? He said, mosquitoes cannot fly beyond that. So you can imagine, if a housefly or a mosquito thinks, I also have wings, let me fly like Garuda, where can it go? Garuda will go to the sun and beyond. The mosquito or the fly will go up to 7th floor, after that, that's it. Over, its flight is over. So like that, the Bhagavatam says, if any king even dreamt of following the path of Bharat Maharaj, who gave up his kingdom, family, relatives, everything, in the prime of his youth, at the height of his bodily vigor, if any king even dreams of that Manasapi, then that will be like a housefly trying to imitate the flight trajectory of Garuda Deva. Nobody, no other king has been able to do what Bharat Maharaj has done, and nobody will be able to do also. You see, the example of Bharat Maharaj, one hand, you have presidents, you have prime ministers who are so attached to their post. 80 years old, doesn't want to give up. Law says only 2 terms, not enough, I want one more term. I've gone into coma, no problem, I'll still want to be the prime minister. And here, look at Bharat Maharaj. So what happened to Bharat Maharaj? Why did he do this? Why did he give up his kingdom, his family, his relatives, his ministers, his citizens? Why did he give up all these things? These are hridisprashaha, these are so close to the heart. So actually, Radharani, she also describes in the Srimad Bhagavatam in the 10th canto, in the Brahmara Gita, there is one verse Radharani quotes. She says, Yed anucharita leela karna piyusha viprut sakrat adana viduta dvandva dharma vinashtaha. She says that yed anucharita leela, the leelas, the pastimes of Krishna, piyusha, they are all, piyusha means nectar, they are all nectarian. They are so sweet. Karna piyusha viprut. Viprut means one drop. One drop of the nectar of Krishna's pastimes, if it enters the ear. How many times? Sakrit adana. Even once, if the nectar of the pastimes of Krishna enters the ear of somebody, what happens? Dvandva dharmaha vinashtaha. All that person's dvandva dharma, all his attachment to his duties, to his dharma. We have our dharma towards our family. We have dharma towards our forefathers, pitras. We have dharmas to all the devatas. We have dharmas to be performed to all the rishis and sages. Family, country, relatives, children. So many duties are there. We are all so much attached to all these things. But a person's ear, if even once, just one minute drop of Krishna's leelas enters the ears of that heart, of that person, what will happen? Dvandva dharma vinashtaha. He will forget all his dharmas. Grihi sapadi kutumbam deenam utsrijya deena. And he will not only lose attraction for performing all these duties, Grihi sapadi kutumbam deenam utsrijya deena. Immediately, the person will give up his family, his relatives, everything, and he will give up everything. And what will he do? Bahava ihavyanga bhikshucharyam charanti. They will become like birds, meaning no fixed place of stay, no residence. Birds Today they will stay in one tree, tomorrow another tree. No proper residence for them. Some of them may build a nest, but that nest, one rain comes, everything will be finished. So no fixed residence for birds. So vihangaha, just like birds, the people will lose all their interest in making a house, making a family, having relatives, building all these things around them. They are not interested in any of these things. And what will they do? Bhikshucharyam charanti. They will become like beggars, going from place to place. They will become madmen. And it is not just one or two people who have become like this upon hearing Krishna's pastimes. Bahava iha vyangaha. Many people like this have become like that. Why is Radharani telling this? Because she is saying, having heard of Krishna's pastimes and seen and participated in Krishna's pastimes, you can imagine what is the state of us gopis. Our hearts are no more interested in our families, our children, our husbands, parents. Nothing attracts us. So, Bharat Maharaj, because his heart, Harim, Harau, Ratim, Vahannesha, because his heart, Uttama, Shloka, Lalasaha, he had got attracted to Krishna. What happened? Nothing else appealed to him. And that is why Prabhupada is quoting in today's verse, in the purport to today's verse, Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tataha. Once you get Krishna, then nothing else appeals to you. Once one becomes a devotee of Krishna, then he understands that this is the highest that I can get. Nothing else appeals to you. And even if you are possessing even the greatest kingdom of the whole earth, you are the ruler of the whole earth like Bharat Maharaj, and suppose you have got to lose it, you will not be bothered. What is there? Le jao. I have got a much better thing. I have Krishna with me. Which is why Bharat Maharaj did not bother. Prime of his youth, why should he give up his kingdom, his family? They were all loving, very obedient to him. Why should he give up? He said, I am not interested here. I don't want all these things. I have got something much higher. So, when one tastes even a little bit of Krishna's leelas through the ear, what happens? We will lose our interest in material life. Actually, that is what has happened to all of us. You know, all of us, before we came in touch with Prabhupada and started hearing about Krishna from Prabhupada, what were we all? We all had our career ambitions. We wanted to earn money. We wanted to have a good family. We would have had so many aspirations. But once we started hearing about Krishna from Prabhupada, what happened? All those aspirations burned to ashes. If today anybody were to come and tell you, there is a good offer, you will get 1 crore rupees salary, why don't you come, leave the temple and come? You will say, get lost here. I don't want 1 crore, you give me 100 crore also, I am not coming. Not interested. All those aspirations, what used to enamor us before we came in touch with Prabhupada, what happened to all that? Everything finished, gone. This is the effect of hearing the leelas of Krishna. This is the effect of coming in touch with a pure devotee of Krishna. What happens? Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tataha. There is nothing more to be achieved. We have achieved the highest thing. Even if somebody comes and offers the whole, the wealth of the entire Swarga, if they come and offer us also, not interested. I have already got the highest thing. What will I do with all these material opulences? We are not interested for our own self, any of these things. And the other side of this is, when we understand that I have got the highest possible, whatever is the highest benefit one can get, I have already achieved it. What happens? Yasmin stito na dukke na guruna api vichalyate. Even in the greatest danger, we will be unshaken, unperturbed. Like you are seeing, Vritrasura, his arm has been cut off. His armor is all smashed. His weapons are all broken. And still, he is completely undeterred. He is not despondent. He is not frightened. Oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to be defeated. Absolutely no problem. On the other hand, you look at Indra. Indra's weapon, Vajra, fell out of his hand. He became despondent. Oh, what to do? I lost. And Vritrasura is advising, hey, Indra, what is wrong with you? You are going to win, I say. Come, take up your weapon and fight. Look at me. My hand is gone. My armor is broken. My weapons are smashed. I am not despondent. So why are you despondent? Pick up your weapon, fight. Who is saying? Vritrasura is saying. So when Indra heard this, he was shocked. My goodness, what is Vritrasura saying? These are not the words of a Danava. These cannot be spoken by a demon. And that's why he is saying, Indra uvacha, aho Danava, siddhosi, you have achieved perfection. Why? Because nobody can exhibit such symptoms of yasmin sthito na dukkhe na gurunapi vichalyate. In the face of the greatest danger, unperturbed. He is fixed up. What duty I have to do, I will do. My duty is to fight, I will fight. I am going to die, let me die, no problem. What is there? If I die, what is there? Body only is going to die. I am going to go to Krishna, no problem. Because Vritrasura is very confident that he has got the highest thing, love for Krishna. He doesn't need anything else. So, this is a very important principle. Actually, if you see, in 1999, 1998, when Madhu Pandit Prabhu came across the July 9th letter, what happened? Madhu Pandit Prabhu understood one thing. This is the highest thing to follow, to obey Srila Prabhupada's July 9th order. And so when Madhu Pandit Prabhu got the letter in his hand, Madhu Pandit Prabhu said, oh my God, I have to tell this to all the devotees. Then there were well-wishers, senior disciples, who told Madhu Pandit Prabhu, no, Hare yaar, what, you are mad or what? If you talk about this, finished, you will be thrown out, you will be in the street. But Madhu Pandit Prabhu said, no, nothing doing, I have to talk about this. I cannot hide all these things. Yasmin sthito na dukkhe na gurunapi vichalyate. What is the danger? I'll be thrown into the street, I'll be expelled, no problem. Doesn't matter. I will speak the truth. Because this is the highest. We are getting shelter of Srila Prabhupada. What else do you want? What greater thing can you get than the shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee? You are able to get Srila Prabhupada as your Diksha Guru. What greater benefit can you get than that? Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. What is this presidentship, position, GBC, Guru? Nothing appeals. So therefore, Madhu Pandit Prabhu said, doesn't matter. I have to tell the truth. Because I have got the greatest thing which I can get. Everyone else should also get. And so, therefore, you are able to see how, despite all the other camp putting so much pressure, they put their entire power, they put their entire machinery, and so much amount of negative publicity, so much amount of hounding, so much amount of bad-mouthing, maligning, they did everything in their power. Na dukkhe na gurunapi vichalyate. Madhu Pandit Prabhu was unshaken. Why? Because yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. God the highest thing. God the shelter of the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. What else do you want? Nothing more to be obtained. We have reached the highest goal. Now you take away presidentship, you take away this, take away that, you take away all the assets, take away everything. Doesn't matter, doesn't make any difference. In fact, all of you, when you joined the Bangalore temple or one of our group temples, did you think, oh, there is a case going on in the court? Supreme Court, so much big case is going on. Who knows? Tomorrow if we lose, all the devotees in Bangalore temple will be thrown out. So if I join Bangalore, what will be my future? I will also be in the street. So let me not join this camp. I'll go and join the other camp. Did you think? You did not bother. Why? Even if whatever happens in the Supreme Court, no problem. I am going to join here only. Why? Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. Here I will get the shelter of the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada as my Diksha Guru. Where else will you get this? And what greater shelter can you get than the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada? So this is the effect of being able to appreciate and recognize that I have achieved the highest thing possible. So to achieve the lotus feet of a pure devotee and to be able to become his disciple, to be able to serve his mission, there is nothing higher than this. Yam labdva japaram labham manyate nadikam tata. Therefore, you also did not think, what is going to happen? Future, whatever happens, no problem. I have got the shelter of Prabhupada, nothing more to be achieved. Na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. So even in the greatest danger, no matter what happens, we'll be rock steady. So this is the wonderful gift given to us by Lord Krishna himself. Guru Krishna prasade pai bhakti lata bija. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this, Guru Krishna prasada, Prabhupada explains, it means Guru prasada and Krishna prasada. Guru Krishna prasada. It is a conjoined word. What it means is Guru prasada, Krishna prasada pai. So that is combined together and said Guru Krishna prasada pai. Bhakti lata bija. So Prabhupada says, when one gets Krishna prasada, he will be brought to a pure devotee who will accept him as his disciple. And by the Guru Kripa, Guru Prasada, what happens? The Guru takes us to Krishna. So, Krishna Prasada, all of us have got Krishna Prasada. That's why we have got the shelter of the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. We have been able to get him as our Diksha Guru. So, this is an extremely rare occurrence. Why? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. So we have all got shelter of Srila Prabhupada. This is not ordinary. This is extremely rare. Incredibly rare. Even you go even to Brahmaloka, you go to any of the Swargalokas, you will not get a pure devotee there. You will get a lot of devatas. You will get to see Agni, you will get to see Indra, you will get to see all the devatas, you will get to see Apsaras also, you will get to see Gandharvas. Pure devotee you will not get. So imagine, Brahmanda Brahmite, from Brahmanda, from the Loka of Brahma down to Patala Loka, what you cannot get, you have got, which is the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, and you are able to accept him as your Diksha Guru. Can you imagine your fortune? This is incredibly rare. And so somehow, by the extreme kripa of Krishna, we have got Prabhupada's shelter. So we should stick very strongly to Prabhupada's lotus feet and not be perturbed by any amount of distresses that may come our way because of following the July 9th order of Srila Prabhupada. We should strongly stick to it because that is the highest thing that you can get. Yam labdva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. There is nothing higher to be obtained. They may have 100 gurus and they may say that we have got a choice of 100 gurus. You are forced to take only one guru. Arey, we don't want 100. You give 100,000 also we are not interested. We need only one. We need only one Prabhupada. That's it. There is nothing higher than that. And Prabhupada is so mercifully, even after his disappearance, is giving us his shelter of his lotus feet. What else do you want? There is nothing higher than this. And so therefore, na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. No matter how much opposition comes to our following the July 9th order, we will not turn back. We will continue very confidently and very courageously we will follow order. No power in the world can stop us from following this. So, therefore, these examples of Vritrasura are given in this Srimad Bhagavatam. Although he was born in a demon family, still, because he developed that love for Krishna. Of course, from his previous life also he was a pure devotee. We all know that, we have all gone through that. So because of that, even though he was born in a demon family, still he was not affected by even the situation where he was about to lose his life. So similarly, we also, now that we have got Srila Prabhupada as our Diksha Guru, even if it comes to the point that we have to give up our life for this, we will not be deterred. We will remain undaunted even in a situation if we have to give up our life for this. So this is the kind of confidence we have to have in the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, and we have to understand that whatever Prabhupada is teaching us is the highest. We don't have to go anywhere else. We don't have to do anything else. Simply follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. This is the highest thing that anybody can get. And having got this, karo paropakara, we should distribute this to others also. Therefore, we should vigorously preach about the July 9th order and Prabhupada's instructions, and we should reach out Prabhupada's message and the shelter of Prabhupada's lotus feet to as many souls as possible, and give them also the highest benefit that one can get in the human form of life. So I will stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.